welcome back to Crew 42. We have episode 3 here. Today we'll be out at Vicksburg Recreational Area in Vicksburg, Michigan, playing the disc golf course there. My name is Zach, and I'm here commentating with Dean. Say hi, Dean.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dean Shepard in the building today. Sitting here with my buddy Zach. We're going to talk about some disc golfing and we'll see what type of skills this guy has.
Yeah, so we have two people on the card today. We got Donut again, along with me. Playing in Vicksburg. We have hole 1. The shorts are from 468. The longs are from 531. From the long perspective here, you're going kind of on a hyzer route into this alleyway, while the shorts are from a left to right. You want to put your first shot into this narrow gap here. Going too far into the left in those woods kind of puts you in prison, and on the right, that path is OB, so you have to put it in this really narrow gap, and then it tails off to the left to the basket here. Pretty well protected by the guardian trees there.
Yeah, we're going to see some accuracy here today.
Oh, we sure hope so, at least. I'm starting off with a forehand flick, trying to just keep it short of that gap.
Almost ripped your pants there, huh?
Almost.
It's a good throw.
Yeah, just slightly a little farther into the edge on the left side, but in the gap. Donut tries to follow suit. And he keeps his real tight along the line. I thought he was going to be close at OB, but he ends up staying pretty safe. I think the pine tree kept him in. Here's my second from the woods.
Oh, nice curve, nice curve.
Yep, I was able to get that to hyzer in onto the left. Donut with an overhead flick. And he was in a rough spot, but he was able to put a nice shot up.
Does he make it?
No, he just plays the layup there. He knew that putt was a little dangerous. So I wrap up the 3.
He's on a 4.
And he uses beautiful technique there. So Donut with the bogey. I had the par. Headed into hole 2. Shorts from 423, or the longs are from 624. Both have very similar paths. You come off the short paths that we're playing today, looking to go straight into this gap. It's kind of hard to see, but in the summertime when all the foliage is back, you can see that this is the only way to go. We have to go into this gap, straight into the woods, swamp and the lakes on the left. You're trying to get up to this kind of elevated basket along the edge there.
Oh, it faked me out.
Yeah, that's always just been my routine. And I just threw that way too high.
What would you have done differently on that throw?
I needed to throw that flatter, but I think I would have gone farther to the right. I think Donut felt bad for me. He wanted to join me. He got stuck in some early trees, so he had to use a forehand flick to get out. And this shot looked really nice until it hit that last tree.
I like the concept. Go through the storm, not around it.
Yeah, when you're stuck in some of those spots, you can take the pitch out into the fairway, but sometimes the fairway is just not that much more clear. Yeah. So just getting progress towards the basket if you have the shots for it. Donut gets most of the way with there. Kind of has a death putt with the edge behind the basket, though.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, that was a pretty ugly roll away.
How do you think you would have shot on this if there were no trees?
Oh.
Way different ball game, huh?
Yeah, you could be more aggressive.
And direct.
Yep, I don't have to try to play hyzer. I don't have to try to hit gaps. I literally just take the best throw I got and try to hit. And then both he and I went over the edge. It's not out of bounds over there, but it is a lower basket. Or a lower position from the basket. And I'm able to make mine.
Ah, man.
Yeah, he just chained his out on the am side.
Not something like that. You know, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, and so I walk away with the double. Donut unfortunately walks away with the 7. But we head over to hole 3, looking to try to make up for that with a birdie here. Shorts are 183, long from 228. Really straightforward shot. There's a pretty open gap on the right side, so a right-handed hyzer or a slight hyzer from right to left. But if you can't throw a disc that's too fast because as you could see there, the water is all right there and the hill goes right towards it. So if your disc hits right at the base of the basket, you're most likely going in the water.
Okay.
I was not happy with that. I threw that way too high, way too soft.
You're wearing your emotions. You're wearing your heart on your sleeve. I like that shirt.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff.
Hey, get it through there.
Yeah, so that's the wider. That's the wider line. He hit the tree right before the basket, which stopped him. But we didn't see how close he was to the hole, and I was not about to run that. I was not about to risk going out of bounds.
Very good shot.
Yeah, and he parked it. He ended up being right there at the basket. Yeah, finished a little peek around the tree. So Donut with the birdie there, the neg one. I ended up shooting the par. Headed over to hole 4. Shorts from 240, longs from 309. So from the longs, you have to take this anhyzer route into the main line, while the shorts is again another right to left hyzer line, as straight as possible as you can make it. The better. Come into this fallen tree that's protecting the basket.
Can you throw a stable and knock this one down?
I could. I am capable of said things, but that doesn't mean I'll do it. There's also a forehand play here, so there's a pretty open gap on the left.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and he had some really nice action on that before it hit the last tree. And I'm going to try to take that line, actually, which is risky for me because I'm not a forehand player. Something I'm trying to work on this year.
Hey. Oh, I lost your force. Oh, there.
Yeah, and I got most of the way down there. Not enough. I just don't have enough power with it. Donut there throws his a bit short, but he's got himself a putt.
Out the hand, over the tree, in the basket.
The way you say it, it makes it sound so easy, but man, I never do what you say. I wonder if you say next time.
Out the hand, over the tree, in the
basket. Oh, come on. How does he do it?
It's the technique. Out of the hand, over the tree, in the basket.
Well, I got to get over the tree first this time.
Thank God you didn't slip there.
Yeah, that would have been looking great for the video, right?
This would have been on ridiculousness instead.
I left that one short, hit the cage. I hate taking 4 on this hole. But I end up with the 4 bogey. Donut with the even 3. Hole 5, short 219. Yeah, he's getting closer. Shorts 219, long 291. From the longs, you want to throw a flat, stable disc that will hyzer out at the very end, while from the shorts, it's almost a hyzer line the whole way. You need something that'll bank hard from right to left as quickly as possible. So we come down to this basket here. There's a couple guardian trees in the way, but as long as it's going real wide right back to left, you should avoid all those.
You know, these trees don't look too guardianish. They look more servant-ish. They look very frail.
They look frail, but boy, oh boy, do they keep you away from the basket.
Yeah.
And Donut there gets a little early skip. He's down there most of the way, but he got a little early skip. Not quite enough height.
I like that.
And that goes right over the top of the basket. Gives myself a pretty short birdie opportunity. And it had some nice action on it. Had to go around the tree, but a good layup.
Don't blow it. Don't blow it. Don't. Good shot.
Hey, I didn't blow it this time.
Nah, well, you know, we've played before. I've seen you knock down. You are a very good long-range putter. You know, anything within the, I want to say, what did we say, 20 to 25 feet? I mean, it's pretty much automatic.
Yeah, I try to make that as consistent as possible. Here we're at hole 6, longs 360, shorts 225. Mostly a forehand play here, so there's a big hill on the right side. The basket is tucked behind it, so you need some disc that will crash from left to right into this area to give yourself a best chance for a birdie.
Got a lot going on here. We got 2 broken trees, a hill. I think I saw a camper in the back. Uh-oh.
And I threw it way too high.
You hit what is that, a branch?
Yeah, it hit a couple branches. It choked it up short. And Donut tried to follow me, but he just like cranked on it. Like he just got it, and his reaction is great. He just like stared at it. It was like, oh no, that was not where I wanted to go. So here's my second shot, and went around the hill. I wasn't sure where I was for sure. And then and Donut found it. It was out there, and he hits an early tree. Not quite as far as he wanted. And there's mine. I ended up parking it.
Trees hate you guys.
which is really funny because Donut's very well known when I play with him to have all the tree love. I needed to use very important technical putting there, so if you ever need to putt, that's how you don't do it. And yeah, it's just brutal.
Oh, them rolls right back, even farther away.
Yeah, it's just brutal. And he had another one just like that in episode 2 at Oshimo. He had one like that where it just kept rolling backwards.
Knock this down. There it is. All right.
And I think that's part of just him being a little frustrated with that last.
We're never gonna give up.
Hole 7 now we have shorts from 255, longs from 354. Both of them pretty standard look, so you want something that'll travel stable, pretty straight for most of the way up until this orange mark on that tree there. And then you want it to bank hard left. If you really attack the hole, you leave yourself to going to the OB, as you can see over there. So anything over that second ledge is out of bounds. So if you attack it really aggressively, you can go out of bounds pretty quickly. But otherwise, throwing something like a rock, an overstable rock like a rock X3 or something, which is what I'm going to throw, hopefully you can land soft enough to keep it still on top of that first ledge.
Yep, name of the game. Don't get any mud on your shoes.
So there's my first throw. Hit an early tree, but I land in the center fairway.
Tree hate, yeah, that's you.
Yeah, I have lots of tree hate. So Donut's trying to make the correction I just had. Trying to keep it a little lowered, more to the right. Just a touch high. But he's most of the way down there, and he'll give himself a look, or at least an easy approach.
Mud on your shoes.
Yeah, I got a little aggressive with that. Went over that first ledge. Luckily, it stopped, and he puts it, or just short of the basket. And you can see where mine landed. If it had gone another foot, I would have been OB.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, at least I'm making putts this round. I couldn't make a thing. Hole 8, shorts 231, longs 315.
Green grass.
Yeah, we're back into some, not the woods anymore here, a little more field. So from the longs, you have a left to right approach towards the basket, while from the shorts, it's a little more straight. You have some obstruction on the left side there, so you want it to be on the right side and let it fade to the left at the end of your throw. Got one guardian tree on the right to kind of prevent you from getting all the way to the basket, but if you get around that, you'll be pretty much parked.
Where are you going here, short or long?
I'm going to try to go from left to right. I'm going to try to put this on an Anheuser and try to go through that gap on the right. And I didn't.
I have hit every tree in the forest.
Yeah, pretty much. They should call me the lumberjack.
That'd be a very bad name to have as a disc golfer.
And he gets a slight kiss off that tree, and he lands right next to that guardian tree.
That was beautiful.
Oh.
Hey!
Yeah, that was a great putt from him. My second shot, I actually was not able to record. So this is after number 2, so this is my third putt, or third shot. And I left that. So, Donut keeping it close. He's at 6 over. I'm at 3 over. Hole 9, longs from 450, shorts from 324. Both of them have this guardian bush in the center of the fairway. If you can get it past the bush, you'll be at least close to the basket. But anything that's got a good hyzer line, this favors a right-hand player that can kind of throw that hyzer out there and let it come back. Then around the bush here is the elevated basket. Anything...
I love this hole. This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great-looking hole. Like, well designed. Aesthetically beautiful. Is that what I wanted to say?
Or beautifully aesthetic.
Sure. So Donut threw his first, and he thought for sure his was going to be longer, but he ended up short from the bush.
Echo. Oh.
Wouldn't that just be oh? Ah, forget it.
Oh.
So I did not think it was going to come back at first, but it faded at the very end. So Donut here having to go over the bush.
I like that style.
Yeah, and he actually gives himself a great look from that spot. Most people would probably play that hyzer around the bush, but he... Yeah, and he got back-to-back.
And I like the switch up of when either the shooter is either lower or the basket is risen. It's just a different look that you usually get.
Yeah. And he made a nice adjustment because the previous hole was a low basket.
Mm-hmm.
So my first shot was actually just past pin high. And it was just about the right height, but I missed it on the am side. But we both walk away with a par. So there's the front nine there. A little bit of purple, a little bit of red, a lot more green than Ashimo had. So I started off with a 30, Donut with the 33, looking to improve on that. Headed into the back nine here, hole 10. Longs from 411, short from 303. The longs have that guardian tree to contend with before you get into this open fairway area. And then you're looking to throw something stable into this lane here. If you go too fast, the OB is just past the edge here. And the drop zone, which is, you can kind of see the block past it. We actually hovered over the drop zone. If you go OB, it's almost a death putt.
Keep your shoes clean.
That's right. So Donut throws his short and left. And it's time for me to get serious. I had to flip my hat.
Why is Donut's name Donut?
It's just, I don't know.
Is that just his nickname?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
Man,
I guess.
That's the coolest nickname ever.
Oh, and I threw that beautifully into the ground. And then proceeded to throw it into the air lightly.
We're not going to talk about it.
We're not going to talk about that
I tried
disaster.
to ignore it.
Yeah, that you couldn't ignore that one. So Donut with the throw into the lane there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Gave himself a great look. And I got pinched. Almost went over that ledge. He sinks his putt. The last 3 holes, Donut has been putting very well. Center cage, just really well.
No effort there.
Oh yeah, I was not happy at this point. I was a little upset with the way I've been playing up to this point. Hole 11, shorts from 333, longs from 414. Both of them come into this fairway zone area. So from the longs, you want something that will flex into this area. While from the shorts, you can hyzer out, you can throw a flex, you can throw a forehand. It's pretty wide open. And then as you go towards the basket, it's sitting on this small hill. So if you attack the basket really low with a fast shot, that's like a backstop. So you'll just hit that hill and it'll almost stop it immediately and leave it real close to the basket. So Donut up first. Real nice rip with that destroyer.
That's a good flight.
Yeah, dead center fairway. Gave himself a good, easy look for that approach. I was trying to power this one out there. And epically failed.
Get your game together, man.
Man, I was struggling.
Your first 9 was good, but now is fatigue setting in with you? Is your arm getting tired?
A little bit. Like, I'm not into the season yet, and Donut with a great upshot there, used the hill perfectly. I'm not in condition for the season yet, so I'm not used to playing 2 or 3 times a week yet.
We had this saying back in the day. It's called technique time. Whenever you get tired, whenever you start to lose yourself, get frustrated, just got to go back to what you know. Technique, muscle memory.
Yeah, I don't have my muscle memory yet. I got to reestablish that.
You don't have muscle.
That's also fair. Hole 12, longs from 678, shorts from 489. The post line there on the right side is all out of bounds. The standing water on this hole on the right side especially is all out of bounds. So you want to throw your first one right into this zone if you can. Give yourself the best chance to go for 3. And then your second throw, you want to get it past these guardian trees and right up towards the basket. This hole is much trickier than it looks. And Donut, by the way, is, even so far in this back nine. I'm 2 over. So he's making some major moves on me right now. He's trying to catch up.
That was a good throw.
And he had a fantastic...
He hit you with the Michael Jordan look. Like,
He gave me that little shoulder shrug. So honestly, I knew what was happening right there. I haven't lost, to my friends yet this year. So I kind of felt that pressure. Felt like I needed to do something. And that is not what I...
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, it was awful. So first one goes straight out of bounds. But the next shot for 3, out into the open, that'll work. And then that was horrendous. So this is not my favorite hole.
I don't like your forehand style.
Well, I'm not very good at my forehand style.
Yeah.
Donut there, after that amazing drive, threw that, and as soon as it came out of his hand, he knew he didn't like it, and you could see from his reaction. So he had to go back to the old reliable. He is so good at those. He does it so much. And there's my jump putt. I just want to get it close to the basket, kind of try to make a half run, but didn't really get it there.
Knock this down, Donut. Yes, sir.
So he gets his to go.
Yeah.
And there's my 6. So he is now up 4 strokes on me this back 9. So if you combine both front and back, he's actually up by a stroke now. So I can feel the pressure. Here on hole 13, this is not a typo. The shorts are 210. The long is 201. So it's shorter, but the longs require you to have a little more technical left to right anhyzer throw, while the short is more of a grip it and get lucky, because this is crazy wooded, crazy guarded. Just take the best throw you got and hopefully you land down there. If you get close and get a birdie, great. Otherwise, just take the 3 and walk away.
Let's see if he can hold this lead.
And
Hey.
he was so happy about that. He threw that and it was going straight to the root of that tree, and he just kissed it.
I love the enthusiasm.
And he just kept going straight out into the fairway. So if there wasn't any pressure, there's lots of it for me now.
Pressure pushing down on me. Hey.
Yeah, I got it down there, which is what I wanted. I thought I might be able to catch up a stroke here if he doesn't have a great approach, but I should have known better than to think Donut wouldn't put it close. A bit of a tester, but he got it down there.
Ah!
Yeah, just off the chains.
2 chains.
So Donut finishes his par. And I finished mine as well. So we're still sitting 4 strokes apart for the back 9 here. I need to make a move pretty quick here. Hole 14.
Wants it more?
Long 291, shorts 225. Both of them go over the lake, or this little pond, I should say. It's not really a lake. You could try to take the safe approach and go around the left side here, but it's a lot of players just won't do it unless they just really don't want to lose that disc. And then once you get it over the pond here, you have to go over this little small hill towards the basket, and right past the basket is a drop off towards another pond. So if it's coming fast into this area, you're likely to lose your disc that way as well. So kind of a double pond hole to have to worry about.
These holes get way more interesting the farther we get into this.
Yeah, I really like the back 9. And Donut hits the tree and goes right into the edge of the pond. So he actually goes OB, but luckily we can still see his disc and we're able to fish it out before we keep playing.
Turn.
I was just showing him how he should have hit the tree, obviously, right?
Right.
So we didn't really have a great position to record these shots. And he was a little worried that his was going a little long, that was going to go towards the water, but he ended up landing just a bit short. And I knew I needed to make a move here, so I had to kind of go for it. So I went straight up over the hill. And I think I made the right move.
Very, very good shot.
I hit the pin.
You should 2-hand jump. Dunk, anhyzer, stable, anhyzer this thing.
No, I just put it in.
With whatever you got.
So I get to a stroke there. Headed into hole 15. Shorts are from 243. Longs are from 321. Pretty straightforward. You want to attack the basket straight on. There's some guardian trees on the right side there to prevent the true hyzer line. And then if it rains at all this is standing water around the basket. So depending on the tournament, if you play at this course, that could all be out of bounds, or you could play relief there. It just depends on the tournament.
Oh, man.
So you really want to land it short and let it slide up to the basket.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that hit a root and landed right next to the basket. I was really happy about that. Donut throws his a touch too high, and he hits some of those guardian trees on the right side.
He looked a little shaky on the release there.
Yeah, he might not have been as confident. We were tied at this point, so he had to play a safe approach. Approach up. I hit the birdie, and with his phenomenal technique, splashes in the par.
So are we tied up now?
I'm up by a stroke, so I actually reclaim the lead with that.
Okay.
Longs are from 327 here. Shorts are from 258. The longs, you have to kind of take the Anheuser route first, so you really want a flex shot going from left to the right and then fade out left at the end towards the basket, while the short, you want a straight shot that goes all the way down this valley and then fades out left at the end to give yourself best chance for a birdie.
Let's see what we can do here.
So I'm going back to the exact same disc I just threw. I mean, it worked earlier, right? Why wouldn't it work again?
Let's see it. Push the lead. Go win the game. There he goes. I like that throw.
And I could feel the wind. You could see the trees moving. I could feel the wind behind me. So I thought the disc would fade to the left a little quicker, but it just held its line longer than I expected. And then Donut threw his just too high in the air. We thought he was just going to have nothing, and he actually had this little bitty gap that his little over-the-head flick was going to work for, and it just hit the last tree and kicked it hard left from him.
Just hit the top of the basket.
And I needed that to really put pressure onto him. And
so delicate.
I like playing, with my friends and trying to, play for the best score, but we are out here just to have fun as much as possible. And I think he felt the pressure to make that putt, and he threw it just a little high.
Hey,
yeah,
hold on, time out.
Yeah, he made the comebacker.
Nice. So now are we tied?
No, I'm up by 2, I think, now. So short are 255, longs from 327. Going back towards that pond we played earlier, both of these are kind of forehand plays if you have the arm for it. Or you can play something easy into this fairway straight ahead or slightly to the left, and then take an approach towards the basket from there. The basket's sitting right on that hill that all falls towards the pond. So anything that stands up is likely to roll into the water. It's kind of a pain in the butthole for me because I'm not a forehand player.
And you're about to throw a forehand right here, aren't you?
Well, I never learned from my lessons.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not a tournament, right? So I'm allowed to take risks. Scratch that. I should not take risks.
Oh, no. Oh. Ooh,
and he gets his whipped out there and gets a nasty cut roll. But his does not go in the pond. His is sitting right along the edge. So he still has a chance to go up and down for 3. And so I had to take another forehand shot around a tree. But I leave myself with that above the basket where I landed. It's still a death putt.
Find your way. Find your way. Hey.
And his landed, he had that last round too where an awkward cut happened off of that throw. So it left him a little farther than he wanted. If it had landed flat on the back of it, it would have gone right up towards the basket, I think. And he released that, and you could see from his reaction, as soon as he threw it, he's even, whipping his hand. He's like, that is not what I wanted to do.
Those are the worst when you know.
Yeah. And so he's trying to make his comeback, and he...
Oh, man.
Yeah. You can see his shoulder shrug right there. So he puts in the graceful throw. So here's me for my 3.
Don't play with your food.
And I was pretty close from scooting that out of bounds, but luckily it gripped pretty quickly. Hole 18, last hole of the course. We have shorts from 266, longs from 377. Again, without the foliage, you can't quite see it, but there's an open gap on the right side. When you're in the summer, all the leaves are there, so you can't really go left and through the woods there. It kind of gets blocked off. But you need to go through this gap and then towards the basket. So anything that will, again, hit that gap and then hyzer out left is what you would like to do with your disc. But luckily for us, we're not in the middle of summer, so there's no leaves right now, so that kind of opens up the left side as well for me, so I can kind of attack the basket from that direction.
That's a beautiful shot.
And I got hung up on a couple branches, but did get through. And then Donut tries to hit the gap, and he gets stuck on that.
Get this man a map.
And this was an interesting idea. Again, he plays Ultimate, so he's got some really unique.
I really like his throws are very interesting to me.
And they work. This is the best part.
Yeah. They're very unorthodox, but
he gets it to do what he wants it to.
Exactly.
And so he finishes up there. And I, of course, can't make a putt to end the round.
Oh, no. Oh.
So I blind myself for the last one. And so I end up with the par, Donut with the bogey. So after the back nine, I was able to make the comeback and just win the back nine. So 32-33, a little bit of purple, a little bit of red, only one blue. So we didn't take advantage of all the holes that we could have. So overall, a little bit of green, a little bit of red, lots of purple. So we let a couple holes get away from us. Ended up with a 62. Donut had the 66. But overall, we had lots of fun. Thanks a lot for joining me today.
Oh, yeah, no problem. And I will be seeing you on one of these courses sometime soon.
Absolutely.
So look out for Dean.
All right. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe.